So let's start off our day by talking about organization and getting energized, right? And to do all that, we want to calm things down. So let's bring in Kristin MacCrae, our organizing and efficiency expert. Hi, Kristin.
Hi,
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So thanks for joining us here with Organizing in Our Eye.
Yeah.
And we're talking about making the bedroom calm. So how can we do that? How can we get things to be calm and relaxing in the bedroom, especially if things are a mess?
So the first thing you want to do, I want everyone to do a little exercise today.
Okay.
You're going to grab a piece of paper and a pen, stand in the doorway of your bedroom, and just take a look around. Just scan the bedroom.
Okay.
You're going to see the paper piles on the floor, some dusty magazines.
Oh, dusty, yeah, for sure.
The bureau cluttered with jewelry and other things. So sometimes you become not mindful to what's in your bedroom because you're just walking in and the clutter just becomes
an unleashing.
Yeah, and you just don't see past it anymore. It just gets stuck to the bedroom now. So really take a look at the bedroom, what's going on in the bedroom, jot notes. Maybe you don't like the piles on the nightstand or on the floor. That's what you want to change. So do a brain dump of your bedroom.
Okay.
Take a mental note, write everything down, and think about how you want to function in your bedroom going forward. You really want it to be a serene, calm atmosphere. The last place you want stress in the home is the bedroom.
So, and we can even do this right now. Think about it. If you're at your desk at work, or maybe you're riding the bus right now, you can think about, all right, maybe what are some things that I want to change about my bedroom, and just writing that down can be the first step.
Yeah, what doesn't make you feel good about your bedroom? What stresses you out about your bedroom? Definitely.
Okay. So grabbing that pen and paper can really just be the first place to start.
First step. Yeah, the first step. Some people don't know where to start. Start there.
All right, so let's move on to that next step. You say maybe the nightstand is a good place to start.
Yeah, so the nightstand is usually that first piece of furniture you see when, aside from if your significant other who you're with.
Maybe you want to start with their nightstand. I feel like it's always easier to do somebody else's stuff,
yes.
tackle your own stuff.
Yeah, so it's the first thing you see before you go to bed at night and the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning. So you don't want that space to be cluttered. And what do you have on your nightstand? People have magazines covered in dust, books covered in dust. If anything is attracting dust on the nightstand right now, you probably haven't used it in a while and it's time to get rid of it. You want that nightstand to just hold the essentials of what you need during the night or first thing in the morning when you wake up. Other than that, don't let that nightstand become like the drawers become a junk drawer, or the top of it to like just hold loose change or whatever it is. Have a purpose for that nightstand. Don't let it attract the clutter and the disorganization.
So like clock's okay.
Yeah, clock's okay.
Fan,
chapstick,
sound machine, chapstick.
Yeah, not anything that's going to collect dust that you're not using on a regular basis. It doesn't need to live there.
Like phone charger, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you charge your phone there by the bed, sure. Yeah. Just people have lots of other clutter on their nightstands too, like overflowing, and it just becomes that eyesore, and you really don't want to see that before you go to bed.
Where's a good space to put that kind of stuff? So say you have the magazines or the books that, if you do read before you go to bed, which is nice.
Yeah, of course.
We're not supposed to be on the phone. We're supposed to have a book or something like that. Where do you want to move that stuff to?
So I have clients that I'm working with now in the bedroom, and what happens is I tell them, just take the book you're reading and leave that by your nightstand or by the bed. Put the other ones on a bookshelf in a space in your home where you can go and grab when you're ready to grab them, and just use that space for what you're working on that night or that week, what you're reading. Same thing with magazines. Maybe you could have a little magazine bin by the bed, but again, don't let that bin overtake the room or the space. You just want to keep a few magazines in there at a time. How many are you actually reading at a time? How long is it taking to read them? What's collecting dust? What is it?
Okay, so just declutter that area.
Yeah.
A lot of times people decorate their bedrooms, so they have pictures on their nightstand, that kind of thing.
That's fine. You want it to be aesthetically pleasing. Anything that's going to soothe you in that bedroom is perfect. You just don't want to have that mental clutter, physical clutter before you go to bed and when you wake up. You want to sleep really peaceful in your bedroom and have that peaceful atmosphere, so you don't want it cluttered or disorganized.
Okay. And then we're talking about bureaus.
So a lot of people have bureaus that are just, there's clothes, there's jewelry, again, the books, whatever, you know at home what you have on your...
You know what's on your bureau.
You know what's on your bureau.
Everything.
So again, break your bedroom down into pieces. Don't feel like you need to, this weekend, attack your entire bedroom. Take it piece by piece. Take the nightstand tomorrow. Take the bureau on Saturday. Don't feel like you have to tackle it all at once. But when you break it down into pieces, it's easier to tackle. You're not as overwhelmed or stressed out. Empty the entire bureau, everything off it.
Okay.
Give it a good cleaning. Categorize everything that's on there. Think about what needs to go back, what doesn't need to go back, what can live in other areas of the house. Again, you want to streamline your bedroom. You don't need all that clutter in the bedroom.
So what do you think about having designated areas? Like, can we decorate the stuff in our bedroom? Like I said, people have pictures of their bureau or jewelry boxes. Like, can that stuff live in there? Is that stuff okay?
Yeah.
Or how do you see fit for that?
That's okay. You just don't want it to be this big drop spot. You're mindlessly walking in the bedroom and things drop. Because then what happens is it tends to, you're dropping, and then it becomes part of the bedroom. And you don't even see it anymore because it's just clutter.
It's just there.
And then to actually tackle it, then it becomes overwhelming. And then when it becomes overwhelming, we shut down. So make a plan to take everything off and then look and see what really needs to live there. And be mindful of when you come home at night, what you're dropping, when you could just be putting it away in that moment.
Yeah. I know sometimes I find like receipts on my bureau.
Yeah.
Like card receipts or doctor's receipts, that kind of thing.
So what I tell you is get a system for your paper, and that way when you have a system for the receipts come in the home, they go where they're supposed to go, so they don't collect all over the house. So once you have these really good systems set up, nothing's going to collect or be a drop spot because you'll be on top of it and maintaining it.
Yeah, or like plastic bags.
Yeah,
like how do those end up in there? Oh, because I was walking the dog. Like, so they end up in the room. Like, why are these in my bedroom?
Random stuff.
I don't want them in my bedroom.
Exactly.
Right? Like, no, I don't want these in here.
Yeah.
Wiley's thinking, why? I don't know why they're here. Don't blame me. The dog fur. Okay, so declutter the bureau. And you said really take out the stuff out of the drawers. Like, do we really need to take everything out?
Everything out. Everything out of your drawers. We had talked about closets last week, but now sometimes the bureaus are in the bedroom. Aside from the closet, take everything out of that bureau. You don't know what's hiding in there. You don't know what you've used in the past or haven't used in the past years. It's just getting stuck to the bottom. So everything out of the drawers, categorize what do you need, what don't you need. Maybe there's a better system that you want to change things and put them in the closet this time. So it's a good to reevaluate what you're holding on to in those drawers and do a nice decluttering and organize that space.
Maybe you'll find a dish towel.
You never know what you find. I find money. We find money. You name it, I think I found it in every home. But the bureaus, because you hide stuff in there, you forget what's in there.
Oh yeah, secret hiding spot.
Yeah, good hiding spot. So you forget, and then you'll end up finding good stuff while you're decluttering. So if you want to find some money this weekend, declutter your bureaus.
Spring cleaning, right? Okay, and the next thing you need to talk about is the floor space.
So think about the bedroom space when you have your pen and paper. What's on the floor? What's collecting on the floor? Is it clothes that are dirty? Think about being more mindful when you're taking your clothes off and putting them in the hamper right away. Little things like that. What are you stepping over? What's been sitting there for a while that you don't see anymore because it blends into the room?
Yeah.
Think about that. What's on the floor and what can you be more mindful of to get off the floor? And if it's loads of laundry, clean laundry, get in the habit of folding the laundry as soon as you do it, putting it away so that way you're on top of that so the laundry's not collecting in the bedroom either.
And is it maybe just getting a system for how we go about getting those clothes off the floor?
Exactly. That's all about the systems. Yeah. How you're functioning on a daily basis, being mindful of putting things away once you create those systems, the maintenance of being organized. That's what it all is about. If you have really good systems in place at home, you're going to be running like a well-oiled machine and things won't collect. And then you're not going to waste time. Yeah. Because think about when you put it away in the moment, it takes a couple of seconds. Now at the end of the month, if you're not putting it away, now that's 3 hours of work or an hour or two of work that you have to do that you're wasting when you could have just done it in the moment and been done with it.
Right, hang something up or put something in the drawer. Right. But it's hard, people are tired, when you get done with work or you're done taking care of the kids to hang something up or put something away.
Where I say, look at the back end, because now it's going to be, you're going to have months where things are on the floor or because you don't have the time to pick them up, or hours of worth of work on the back end. So when you look at it like that, efficiency and productivity wise, doing it in the moment saves tons of time.
I like that. I like that point of saving it on the back end.
Yeah.
Okay, so figure out what you're stepping over, and it might be the dog, or it might be piles of clothes, or it might be all of the above, right? Okay, and then the paper clutter. So really getting to this, the paper clutter, like you mentioned there, and we were talking about the receipts, but there's more than just the receipts. There's tons of paper clutter.
It's tons of it. Some people work out of their bedroom. They have a home office maybe in the little desk in the bedroom, and that's okay, but everything should be contained into systems. Don't let that paper take over your bedroom. If you have a home office within the home, aside from the bedroom, or an area in the home where you can create a little spot, try and get it out of the bedroom. I mean, I know some people can't do it, and it has to be in the bedroom, but if it is in the bedroom, create systems, have a little filing cabinet so it's all contained, so paper's not on the bureaus and on the floor. That tends to happen too when you don't have those systems in place. So if you can get the paper out of the bedroom, do it. I know some people can't, but just get it contained.
So what are some good options like that? Like you mentioned a file cabinet. Mm-hmm. What are some other ways we can get rid of just having this everywhere? Because I know I'm thinking just personally, mm-hmm. okay, I have paper on the kitchen table, I have paper in the junk drawers, I have paper in the bedroom. Like, what are some ways you can go about if people have this all over the place? Or, you know, they have the bills over here, they have the magazines over here. Yep. What are ways to get this?
So without getting too far, we can talk about paper. I can talk about paper for 15 minutes. Yeah. We can do that next time if you want. But yeah, just getting the paper out of the bedroom, though, it's about gathering all the paper, looking at what it actually is. And if you have those good filing systems in place, containing it, and again, being mindful when you have a paper that comes in the house, filing it right away as opposed to waiting. But to go into paper, I can do like a whole 15 minutes just on paper and getting those systems down and how to contain it just to one area of the house so it doesn't take over the whole house. Again, it adds to the stress levels and the overwhelm and the anxiousness when there's paper. But especially in the bedroom, you don't want that. You want to be as streamlined as possible in the bedroom. You want to create that real peaceful atmosphere. And when you have so much, it's not good. You don't sleep well. If you're not sleeping well and you're disorganized, get organized, and I bet you'll sleep better.
Do you think, like, with cards and that kind of thing, is that okay to have in the bedroom? Like, if you have, you know, like, sentimental stuff, if you keep that, you know, like a letter from your grandmother or something like that, that kind of stuff in the bedroom?
Or
do you think
get
all that kind of stuff out?
Yeah, I tell my clients, once we go through the bedroom, you don't realize the beautiful things that are on the wall once you're decluttered and the pretty curtains. When you're sitting in that clutter, you don't notice any of that stuff. Or when I walk into somebody's home, my eye goes right to the clutter. But then when we're done with the bedroom, you know, it's this piece, you say, oh my God, you have beautiful wall hangings, you have beautiful pictures, but you don't see all that because your eye gets drawn to the clutter. Yeah. So I always tell my clients, once you declutter, you're going to see the beauty in your bedroom and maybe get new curtains and freshen up the look or change the furniture around. Many times you have too much furniture in the bedroom. You don't have to have too much furniture in the bedroom because, again, that adds to even the clutter in the room. You want your bedroom to be light and airy, and you'll get that once you're organized, once you take a look at the space. But you can't, once you get organized, then take a look at the furniture placement and move it around to where it might fit, or take some things out. Don't feel like you have to have, sometimes people feel like they need to fill every inch of a room with furniture. You can have empty spaces in the room. Maybe put a pretty plant, but don't feel like you have to fill the room with furniture.
Also, I feel like if you have furniture in the room, it's just one more place to put stuff on.
Exactly.
More stuff to put mail on, more stuff to put your clothes on.
Yeah, as the clothes pile up, then you take it off and you're like, you had a beautiful chair sitting here. I didn't even know it. So you have to, you know, it's all about being mindful, honestly, about really taking that second. You know, people say they're busy, but just taking that 1 second to hang something up and not having to worry about it ever again until you're ready to put something else on. So,
and the whole purpose of having a bedroom is to use it to sleep in, to relax, right? Not really to have 10 different things going on.
Right. You want to be as streamlined as you want your head clear when you go to bed. If you're falling asleep and there's clutter around you, you're not going to have a peaceful sleep, I can tell you that. You're going to be worried about maybe there's a pile of paper in the corner and you're wondering what's in that pile. Is there anything important that I needed to do in that pile? Yeah. So your mind's going to race before you go to bed. What I say too is keep a little, once you declutter your nightstand, keep a little notebook in a drawer there or pen and paper, because sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night with that mental clutter and, oh my gosh, I forget to do something or I need to do something in the morning. Keep a little notebook to release that mental clutter. You might wake up in the middle of the night thinking about work the next day. Just get it off your head when you wake up and write it down, and then you can fall asleep peacefully. So I always say keep a little notebook by the bed to clear the mental clutter, not only the physical clutter in the bedroom, but the mental clutter.
That makes sense. And you can write it down and then hopefully go back to sleep. Not stay up stressed out for the rest of the night. Or morning.
Right.
And you said also just to keep your room simple.
That's it. Again, less is more. Don't feel like the bedroom can just be a bed, your nightstands, maybe a bureau, and that's it. I mean, you don't need too much stuff in a bedroom, aside from what's in the bureaus and things, but really keep it streamlined and simple. If you have good systems in the house, nothing else from other rooms should gravitate into the bedroom. The paper shouldn't gravitate there if you have other systems in the house. The receipts, things like that. Your books, if you have a nice bookshelf in another room, just keep the books that you're using now in that room. I'm trying to think anything else, like jewelry. Again, organize your jewelry so it's nice so you don't have to keep everything out on the bureau. Plus, when you go through your jewelry on the bureau, think about how many pieces you're wearing all the time. Like we talked about clothes, you're probably only wearing 20%, 80% of the time. Yeah. So take inventory of what you really, and how many times it takes you to touch what you need to actually get in the morning. So it can be more efficient and productive in the bedroom too. Streamline the systems in the bedroom to help you become more efficient. How long does it take you to grab something when you're looking for it?
And all these things, once we get rid of the clutter, are we really going to feel better?
Yes. Definitely. Every bedroom I organize, my clients, they light up when we're done. Because they're like, one client I had curtains on the wall and they were kind of faded. She's like, I didn't realize these curtains were faded. Yeah, because you couldn't see through the clutter and the disorganization. Yeah. So the next time I went, she had these beautiful new curtains, and I went, this looks like a brand new bedroom. And all we did was declutter and get it organized. So you could have a brand new bedroom this weekend if you go through and declutter a little bit, organize, clean it up, rearrange the furniture. You don't need to go buy anything new. You can just repurpose what you have, and you'd have a new bedroom by the end of the weekend. Sounds good, right?
It does. It sounds amazing.
Sounds right.
I know. Just once you get to that bottom layer and you can kind of see the forest through the trees, literally, it always feels better.
And it's getting past that overwhelm too. If you're overwhelmed, just get started. Just start with one area. Don't feel like you have to tackle the whole bedroom. Start with the bureau. Start with the floor, wherever it is. Just get started. Don't procrastinate, because you're missing out on all the great benefits that you can from being organized.
It does, and it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good. Yeah. All right, Kristin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's a way to make your bedroom get organized, and then you can feel calm and relaxed.
Exactly.
All right, so next week you're gonna
Maybe we'll get into paper.
Maybe we'll get into paper.
I think that'll be good.
Okay.
All right.
Good. And then we'll be less stressed out.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
much.
See you next week.
All right. So that was Kristin MacCrae with Organizing in RI. You can always check out what's going on golocalprof.com. She has a ton of articles because she writes for us weekly. So if you have any questions on organizing, you can check out her website as well at organizing.